sacrifices become null and void because you don't have the tower there. And the main Rajagopura was broken by the Muslims, and very recently it was rebuilt. And when the Gopura was broken, and some local community people, they started offering a boat in that place to please Munishwara. There is a Munishwara and there is a Hanuman at the entrance of the Rajagopura. And they still do that. So they only did it after the Muslim attack. They were thinking that if you please Munishwara, then more attack will not come. So most of those actual festivals of the different Gopuras, they are all gone. Now the Ranga Gopura, there's certain thing. Then the Narigetan door where the Dvajastamba, after Dvajastamba where you enter, is known as Narigetan Vasi. So from there onwards, in a minimum way, whatever has to be done, they are doing. When the deity comes and the Chandana Mandapa, there is a wooden, you would have noticed that before entering the sanctum, there is a wooden mandapa there. It's not sandal, they call it Chandana Mandapa. The deity is brought there and they apply chandan and then they bathe him. Then the 1,000-pillar mandap, which is a yearly festival. So to summarize, these big temples may not be big by size, it's mostly by the manyam, the maintenance which is given. A king is supposed to at least promise maintenance for the temple for 3 generations, him, his son and his son. Then only the group of priests are supposed to say yes to build the temple. First they will ask, what is the purpose of your building temple? They are supposed to ask. If he says, to celebrate my victory over some kingdom, then they would say no. If they are strict pandits, whether they are following Shaiva agama or Shakta agama, if he says this is for that purpose, they would say no. In the meantime, if the language is little different, to get permission from the Shakti when I go for war, then they will say yes if they are Shaktas. And if it is a question of like Padmanabha Swami, then the king only goes when there is intuitive order from Padmanabha, either through the priest or through a dream. Then only he can lift that sword. That royal sword is kept. It's still there in the Padmanabha palace. They are supposed to take it only if they get an instruction, otherwise they shouldn't. So in each place, you can, of course, it may be, comparing may not be so good, but still you can see that the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance works there. He may be worship of Vishnu, but he could be in the mode of passion. His approach may be in the mode of passion. I want to celebrate this, so I want to have a Perumal temple. Then the priests are not supposed to agree to that. One thing is to glorify Vishnu or glorify Lord Shiva, by which people can, go on the path of mukti. In so many Tamil verses I have read it, so that you can guide them on the path of liberation. Now, maybe each one's definition of liberation is different. Or maybe they did not define what is liberation. But mukti nilai, that is insisted in everything, so that people will be guided in getting liberation. I remember, I don't know which purport, but I think it's in the Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada says the duty of the king to guide his citizens in the path of liberation. In Prithumara's part also it comes. So the idea should not be for self-glorification. That's the main point. This is what Ganapati Stapati told me. This whole information is from him. He said there is no question of showing glorification in making a temple. Then Sanidhya will not be there. And if some priest allowed him to do that, that means they don't know. And if they invite the deity, there will be no deity in it. It will be a, like Prabhupada mentioned about this Birla temples, not to give comment, but he said that everything is there, but not God. Because it's, they themselves propagated it. They told the taxi wallahs and auto wallahs, People ask where is Lakshmi Narayan temple, say I don't know. Then you tell them that we know where Birla temple is. So self-glorification means there is no question of pratishtha and all that, it's not there. Kanavita Stapati told me that it was still in vogue that when they are doing the installation homa, the respective festival deities which will be there in it's called Bala Mandir, means temporary temple. And they have the brick pitams here, and the whole thing will be covered. And then the Homa Kunta is all ready. And then whoever is the builder or the sponsor, the king, whoever it is. So he comes and the Shilpi will tell him that now we are going to invite these deities. So that the Shilpa and Agama meet at that time. He is going to hand over the deities, the Stapati will hand over the deities to the priest. And once the eyes are open, till such time the Stapati's work. And when he opens the eyes inside the sanctum, the Brahmins don't have the right yet. Only after he opens that, puts that eyeball in there, then they can come in. Even though the installations have started already, like removing all the material elements, introducing all the spiritual elements, that's what the Homa is going to do. So he said that if he agrees according to the scripture, then the Stapati calls the deities. He said the deities come there from the Bala Mandir to the brick temple where they are brick for the homas. They actually come. So then I asked him, when was the last time something like this happened? So they said when he was some 16 or 18 years old, somebody challenged him. It was a transport home near Kalasti. They were discussing something and then Ganapati Sapati told, this is the power of the Shilpa and the mantras in it. So he said, these things won't happen in this yuga, it's not possible. He said, why it won't happen in this yuga? You build a temple and we will try. He said, if it doesn't come, then we will publish it that Ganapati Stapati is useless. We cannot do this. I'm ready. We will do that. Just to establish the power of the Shilpa Sastra. So that man agreed, very rich man. And they built a temple for Shiva and many other deities in the temple. So they brought everything and that man was there and he was there and he prayed and the deities came and he fainted. Seeing the deities appearing there, one after another like this, from nowhere, that man fainted. It took him 2-3 days to recover. But Stapati told the Brahmins, you continue, just do the installation. He went in there, he opened the main deity. Worship started. The temple is still running. Somewhere Kalas. So this Agama and Shilpa, they go hand in hand together. And depending